Coach is back. What shall we talk trash about today? I know. Lincoln Riley.
You know what, guys? In a nice way, y'all. We don't give a shit.
Good evening. Welcome back to Hall of Fame College Football with Jason and the coach. I'm your host, Jason Watkins. He's the coach, Philip Roybal. And if you love college football, you know you're in the right place. So before you forget, smash that red subscriber button, like our videos, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss one moment of Hall of Fame College Football. Can I hear you, Coach? I cannot hear you. Can you guys hear him? Or is it just me? Let me know if you can hear Coach when he says something. Say something, Coach. No, I don't hear him. Son of a bitch. Can y'all hear Coach? Let me know. No, they can't hear you either. There's got to be something there. There's something. Can you guys hear me, though, of course? I guess you can because you answered what I said. Yes, you can hear me, right? All right. We're going to talk about the massive injustice of Texas Tech not being ranked in the top 10. I know Coach has plenty to say. Fix that shit. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know. Let me see. We'll get him back in just a second. As soon as I can hear him. No, I'm not. I could hear you if you were there, Coach. All right. Just join the conference and you can find a voice. Oh, Hank's already in here talking that shit. Here we go, Hank. Taco Tech does not deserve a top 10, according to Sugoi. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. You guys know how we feel about Tech here? Damn it, Coach. I don't know, Coach. There's got to be something. I don't know. And I wanted to talk shit about Lincoln Riley too. I know he's got to be here for that. What's up there, Rob? My Gun Sweetness, Tommy Tough Knuckles, Trojan Fight, Hankster, Satterfield, Segoy, My Gun Sweetness. What else we got? Big Lubbock, my guy, Big Lubbock, David Whitehead, Austin Hill. What's up, guys? Goated. Good to see you guys. Good to see everybody in here. Everybody. Good shit. The only thing I can think is if you share your screen, your whole screen, and I can look. But go to your settings real quick, Coach, in your wheel. Oh, he left. Maybe we'll get him back. Yeah, you're wrong. He's fine. You know that shit ain't gonna get no play in here, Segoy. None. It's silly shit, silly talk. That he would be the only fucking kid, the only player on the team, on the offensive side anyway, that didn't get better with this new staff would be him. Silly talk, man. It's just silly talk. Clarence Young Wolf, big fan. Hey, glad you're a big fan. Thank you. Welcome into the show. Texas Tech is starting to know how OU felt while in the Big 12. Just so much better than the rest of the conference. Should rattle out the next 10 Big 12 championships. Boy, you just say anything, don't you, Big Lubbock? Just say anything. Oh, man, I don't know. Probably Penn State, because Penn State wins games against teams they should beat. They're highly favored to beat or whatever. They just don't beat really good teams. Top 10 for sure. So right now, since Tech isn't in the top 10, I'd have to say Penn State. Although I don't think that Penn State's a top 10 team either. He needs to read more than one read because he needs to, but he would make more than one read already in the past. It's a silly-ass question. But so was that one too. They did. Yeah. Beat the hell out of Texas this year? Maybe. It's possible. I think we're going to find out a lot more about Texas this week. It's just my feelings. Probably going to find out a lot more about Texas this week. Now, Florida did lose one of their top DBs for the season, I think. He's definitely out with surgery. Not definitely for the season, but what do you guys think about the new cap, the new logo? The Hall of Fame SEC style logo. Maybe that'll. Oh, let's see. We get some sound this time. I'm not hearing him yet. They would beat the hell out of Texas this year. It's possible. You might. But this is a good question. Cooper Hackett. Gonna go to the good guys instead. Who's I'm ugly and my feet stink? Lemon? I don't know what your deal is lately, buddy. What up? Yeah. I just don't care. When the guy plays, I'll discuss him. Gator fan this week. Aren't we all? I think you're going to find out something. They're definitely beaten up. A little bit. And it doesn't sound like Lagway's going to play. So they should win for sure. My question is what do you see them do offensively against this defense? Because Florida does have a better defense, for no doubt, than definitely than anybody they've faced so far. They'll tell you Ohio State, but I'll tell you Ohio State hasn't played anybody, including them. So, yeah, well, Mrs. Lemon would be right, but I can deal with it either way. I don't know what your sourness has been about lately, though, Lemon. But I think your wife is correct. I would never disagree with her. You, on the other hand, came by them all. Listen, fair enough. Pressure Manning, you'll win the game. They can do that, but they got to put points on the board, and they haven't done that. Now, could possibly be that DJ Lagway is not very good because of injuries or whatever. And I'm not saying he's not good as far as talent's concerned, but with a mixture of very little development whatsoever, and such, I find it hard to believe that he should be in the game. So maybe playing somebody else helps Florida. But I think that as far as what it happens with Manning with the old Golden Arch, I would tell you that we'll find out something about him this week, right? Is he going to play like he played against Ohio State, which wasn't very good? Or is he going to play like he played against Sam Houston State? We'll see. We'll see. Sigma Nomad says Gator Chomp on Bevo Booty. Yeah. Well, whether they do or not, we know that Oklahoma will the week after, next weekend. Red River shootout on the way. We'll see. VA Sooner, thank you for wiping your feet on the way in, sir. Sooner in Texas, T Boomer, Ryman Lemon. Don't see Florida beating Texas. Yeah, I kind of tend to agree with that. Hey, Coach, I hear you. Okay. Heck yeah. You got to turn on your video too. Hot damn, he's there. It's a little blurry, but he's there. It'll take a second, I'm sure, just to move your hand in front of that to get your.
I've been to 3 county fairs and a pig fucking and never had anything like this.
There's a coachism I hadn't heard in a while.
Son. What a deal, man.
3 county fairs and a pig fucking, he says. What can I do? Nothing I can do to shut any of that down. This is how he rolls, folks. This is just
I'm sitting in the damn woods today.
In the woods.
I'll go back behind one of these trees and take a shit.
Again. I got nothing. I got nothing. Making bacon. All right. Yeah, making bacon, Rob says. Yeah. The 3 county fairs and the making bacon. Even
making bacon. What's shaking bacon?
Not a coach. How's it going?
Hey, Texas Tech sucks.
I was waiting on that.
Y'all are kidding. You know what? Y'all are buying into all that bullshit this early. Come on, man. It's early.
Yeah.
I'll bet anybody right now $100 Tech doesn't play in the conference championship right now. $100.
I mean, Big Love is out here talking about if it ever gets old winning multiple Big 12 championships. Well, I mean, it did get old after a while for Oklahoma. They decided they had to move on to the SEC, but it's better than not winning them. It's better than not winning them.
That's right. How many has Texas Tech won?
0. Not one. Not a single one. They haven't played for one either.
And they ain't going to play for one this year.
You know, I think they're one of the better teams in the Big 12 for sure. Now, I don't know what that means because K-State's not good. Kansas, I don't know. Man, maybe they're good.
Hey, what I always tell you about the Big 12. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
The Big 12 sucks.
Yeah. They do not. They do not, Trojan fight. They do not. I think they've won a couple in. Have they ever won it in basketball even? Being the basketball school that they are? I don't really remember them ever winning one. I know they were close that year when Ronald Ross and John Lucas went at each other in the conference championship game, Oklahoma State against them, and I think they lost in overtime, if I remember correctly. It was a fucking great game, though. Love to Ronald Ross, one of my all-time favorite Hobbs Eagles / Texas Tech Red Raiders. Ronald's my guy.
He's a good guy.
He's a good dude. Hell of a basketball player. That dude,
one of the good guys.
The guy did more with You talk about a guy. This is a dude that walked on for Coach Knight, played and started, I think, every game, all but maybe one or two games as a true freshman, as a walk-on. Didn't even get his scholarship until his senior year when one of their scholarship players didn't come after all. They were supposed to be really bad. He wins not the Naismith. He wins Big 12 Player of the Year, leads Texas Tech to the Sweet 16, beating number 2 Gonzaga and UCLA with Aaron Aflalo and Jordan Farmar. Beats those two in the first round. It was awesome. He averaged about 40 points in those first 3 games. Damn near got him to beat West Virginia and Pittsnoggle that year as well. They just missed out in the Sweet 16.
And so Tech hadn't won one in football. Okay, that's plain and simple. They've won one in basketball, and that was in 2019.
Okay, so with Chris Beard. Okay,
yeah, with Beard.
Yep. He was one of Coach Knight's assistants
that they later fired.
Well, Texas.
No, they didn't fire him. No, yeah, Texas fired him. That's right.
Fired him, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Texas fired him for, domestic violence. I'm a fan of Chris Beard until other than that little fiasco.
No, he did a good job at Tech. But you know who really orchestrated it wasn't Chris Beard that orchestrated that. It was the guy that followed him that was basically his defensive coach. Well, what was his name?
They've already fired him.
Yeah. He's already fired. He's an old West Texas guy.
Oh. Well, I thought you were talking about Texas's guy, Rodney. Oh, whiny ass Rodney that can't stand the horns down stuff. Those shit fits and all that.
Yeah.
Did Pitt make it to the Final Four that year? No, they did not. It was North Carolina, Louisville, North Carolina, Washington, Illinois, I believe.
Mark Adams.
That's
who followed him.
At Tech, yeah.
And he's the one that got fired.
Yeah, wasn't he being abusive to the players and shit? Something
like that? Yeah. And he also took his son with him over there. And that didn't work out too well.
No, he's no longer I don't think.
And that was another guy I liked too. I thought Mark Adams did a great job. But you can't.
I think Ronald was a fan. I think they were all fans, pretty much. But something went the other way. Crazy shit. Now, I actually like the guy that they have there now. He's doing he's one of those guys. He had been at TCU, I think, for a while too. But whenever I was covering Tech throughout that time, from Hobbs to Midland and all that stuff in between, this coach was what's his name again, Big Lubbock? It's damn it, it's on the tip of my tongue right now. Oh shit, what is his name? Anyway, the dude is McCaslin, Brett McCaslin.
Yeah.
He was at Midland College at that time. I think he had been at
was he at Midwestern State at the time?
He was for a little while at some point, yeah.
But
he was coaching JUCO ball in the WAC for quite a while. He coached, I want to say Cisco.
Yeah.
That's not in the WAC though. But he may have coached at Cisco. I know he coached at, what's that other one that's right there, just not too far from Weatherford? It'd be
Granger,
maybe. No, it's in the WAC.
Grayson. No, in the WAC. Okay.
Yeah, Grant McCaslin. That's it. There you go. Thank you, Big Lubbock. You're a little late, but thanks. See the European team crying about the crowd being rowdy at the Ryder Cup post interviews. Yeah, I think there's a point though that some of these golf fans could cut it a little bit. You know what I mean? Now, here's the thing about that. I've been to Bethpage. I went during the U.S. Open the first time they were there. And I mean, look, I'll just be honest. Sergio had a reason to be like, fuck you people. You know what I mean? They were a little out of line. And there gets to be a point when you start busting chops. Look, I'm not a fan of Rory McIlroy whatsoever, but talking a lot of shit to his wife like that is out of fucking control. It's out of control.
Yeah, I agree.
It's one thing to be pro America and fuck the Europeans. I get it. But you got to, man, come on, guys. There's a certain level of decorum that we got to have. You know what I mean? Grant was head coach at Midland College when Mark Adams was at Howard. And okay. Yeah, that's right. There you go. I thought he might have been at Howard too, though. Huh?
But guess what, guys? It's football season. Fuck basketball.
Yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that even in a basketball school like that, they've won one fucking conference title.
Yeah.
Now,
absolutely.
to be fair, we're talking about a conference that has, that has Kansas in it. And, I mean, Baylor's been able to do it. Oklahoma's done it in the past, not many times. Oklahoma State, Texas has been always pretty good at basketball. And now, I mean, as far as hoops goes, what are you going to do now that Houston's in the league? Who, by the way, is Tech's opponent this weekend. And this could be a loss for Tech. This could be a loss for Tech because Willie is a hell of a coach, man. Willie is a hell of a coach. Now, do they have the same amount of money behind them for players? No.
But you know what? Hey, on any given day, man, on any given day.
Oh, they're definitely nuts up there, TP. You're right. Yeah, the Bethpage courses are legitimately difficult. Yeah, I played the blue course. I didn't even play the black whenever I played there. It was fucking terrible still. Awful. If they let as you saw in the Ryder Cup, if you get in the rough, the first cut there can be completely penal. You won't even see the fucking golf ball. And if you do, good luck getting it out. If you played golf in like real thick rough, like US Open style rough, especially, which is exactly what that is, you know what I'm talking. You fucking break a wrist in that shit. You break a wrist in that shit. But I'm disappointed in the fucking American team, though. I'm not disappointed in the American fans as much. It's the team. What the fuck are you waiting until Saturday to do anything? They've got to figure it out, man. They've got to figure it out. This isn't a golf show, so we don't have to stay talking about this, but it pisses me off that the American coaching and the way that this team is put together consistently loses the fucking Ryder Cup with the best players in the world on the team. It makes no sense to me. I'm just going to say that. Fuck all that. What up, Unc?
I like Sooner in Texas, what he said.
What? F basketball this time of year, except for the Thunder. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. We were just talking about what Tech is good at. Kinda. What Tech is kinda good at. They were legit whenever Coach Knight was there. They were legit. And I think Grant McCaslin's legit too, but you're gonna have to show me more. You're gonna have to show me more. That's all I know. And all this money that's being spent doesn't matter to me. The Carolinas have beautiful golf courses. They do indeed. They do indeed. South Carolina in particular. Coach, you hit how'd the game go Saturday?
We got a W.
That was the champion last year, right?
Huh?
That was the champion y'all played from last year, right?
Yeah.
Did you whoop their ass?
We beat them 8-0.
Oh, okay. We had a ball game then.
Yeah, we took the first quarter and drove the ball. We controlled the ball the entire first quarter. And then but that's 3 shutouts in a row for us. 3 shutouts, baby. So Get ready. Here we come. We'll play some damn defense. Hey, you'd love it, Jason. We have certain calls that if we get like a tight end wing, we'll move that outside linebacker up to the line of scrimmage, and he starts hollering. The defensive end starts hollering to the corner, "I'm gone! I'm gone! I'm gone!" So that takes him from zone coverage into man coverage, and they're picking that stuff up so fast. It's incredible. I mean, they're like sponges. It's friggin' awesome, dude.
That is freaking awesome.
So we're doing good. Although I had to question coach a couple of times during the game. We got 3rd and 12 on our own 30-yard line, and he's going to go for it. And I
4th
said,
and 12?
"Shit, coach." Yeah, 4th and 12.
Ooh.
And I said, "Coach, shit, we got a ball game on our hands here. Let's punt it." He said, "No, I'm going for it. We'll make it." I was like, "Shit," but we made it.
He went for it and went.
Hell, I thought I was fixing to be.
Cojones then, attaboy.
I told him, I said, "Hey, coach, you got bigger balls than I do, because I'd have punted it."
Yeah, I'd have put it with the lead.
With the lead.
Yeah, I feel like you probably need to punt that. But
I mean, that's what the percentages tell you. But he really believed he was going to get it.
What did y'all run to get it?
Dang, sorry guys. A reverse.
A reverse?
Yeah.
He really does have some fucking cantaloupes, huh?
Yeah, he does. And I tell you what, he does a great job calling plays. I've told him that.
I like it. What kind of offense y'all running?
What spread?
My man.
3x1, 2x2.
Does he run any 12 personnel or anything like that though?
We'll run a little bit, not very much.
Yeah.
But he's he's been running it for a long time, so he knows his offense and knows a lot of these kids already, and so he does a good job with it.
That's awesome, dude. I like it. And definitely, if you're going to be, I think spread coaches, you've got more to be, I guess more reason it feels like to me to be aggressive, I guess. And the reason is because your playbook is so wide. Even if you only have, and if you look at it, even the air raid, now it wasn't a lot of plays. It was what you saw with the air raid that Coach Leach always did. It was lots of formations and different eye candy before the
play. Running a lot of the same plays.
Yeah, the same. I mean, he had one index card with all his plays on it. And he would just call it out of a lot of different sets and different motions and things like that. I mean, you know that. You went around his offensive camp like that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. It's fun.
They have some different stuff that they can do with being a little aggressive in those terms. Although I would say if you're a run heavy offense like what you would have run in starting off when you got out this way, a reverse could work out too, because it'd be pretty unexpected.
They're not, and we did it. Actually, we did it when we were here early, and we were in the III. We ran a reverse with Reese down on the goal line, and he just walked in.
Yeah.
Nobody even close to him, because they weren't expecting that.
Yeah, no doubt. Spread pass or spread run. They probably more spread pass, right? More of a air raid type. Yeah. See, and here's the other thing I'd say about that though. And this is, I remember when we first talked to because I remember the year that you were getting ready to go to that, and what's his name he had just become head coach at State. Hal Mummy. It was before you decided to go to it, and I remember he came to town and wanted to talk to you, and he was getting a hold of me and asking me, "Can you help me get a hold of the head football coach?" And I was like, "Why do you not have his number?" He goes, "Oh, I do. He just hadn't returned my number." And I was like, "Yeah, there's a reason for it." About that shit. I was like, he runs the triple I, dude.
Yeah. He's not into the air raid.
You don't give a fuck about
But
the air raid. The
I
next
got that
is
way.
when you went to it, and
Yeah.
when you went to it, and I was so glad you did.
Yeah,
But
it was the best thing we could do.
for the program that you had, yes. And it wasn't because of what you were trying to do. You were trying to do right by them to get them stronger and stuff like that, but they weren't ready they weren't
No.
big enough and brute enough to be able to compete like that,
No.
particularly with
Exa
some of the big school teams that you went up against. So
exactly. You're right.
I was glad that you went to it. And but something I was saying is that the reason I think it's a really good offense I think it's a good offense at all levels, but I really think for kids' sake, they're used to
It's fun.
playing Nintendo. I mean, they're
Yeah.
PlayStation and shit, man. This is what they do. And so they know how to, I mean, they can envision pass plays like that. And what you're just talking about with making plays and changes on the defensive side, that's awesome that because I love to see shit like that, audibles and things like that at a young age, getting them to understand those things
Yeah.
is big for football, man. I think
Well, and
that's why kids are so much more advanced by the time they get out of high school now.
absolutely. Well, that we're doing line stunts up in the line. We got a TED call, we got a eat call, and the TED call is our tackles going first into the B gap,
Yeah.
and we're just running an X stunt basically, and eat is just the opposite. But we're giving the fronts different looks, and then this week I actually put on because we're usually in ones or threes or 1 and a 3 or 3 and a 1, and so we're playing gap control, uh, and so but anyway, this week I added we got Seminole this week, and I added 11 stack, so the tackles are lining head up with the guards, and we're stacking the backers, but they're still going to their one technique side, and the backers filling the B gap. But we're like I said, we can go 11 stack, we can go 13 stack,
Right.
33 stack, 31 stack. I mean, and so it gives the front, it gives those kids blocking them fits
Yeah.
because they don't know where the hell they're going.
Right. But and see, and that's the thing is you have to get used to what they're gonna do. And I mean, first time around, especially with youth football, I mean, there's not a lot of film out there. So
Hey,
they gotta get ready for it. And then, you might see them again later in the playoffs. Maybe they figure something out from the first game. But when you've got something different and
yeah,
you can make changes like I know you can,
yeah.
because
Well,
your defenses were a lot different at the end of the year than they were at the start of the year when you
at the
got
start,
that
yeah.
I could tell.
You coach that. There's a progression in there that you want to create.
Right.
But that's something else, Jason. I sit in here on Sundays after our games, and Christy videos the games for me.
Mhm.
And so I sit in here and I break down the film. Uh, and so when we get to practice on Monday, I already know what I want to run on defense, and what we're going to do, and then I relay information to coach offensively
Yeah.
of what they've got.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
we're
Awesome.
breaking it down, baby. And Michael sits in here; he's learning the whole time.
I love it. I love it.
So
And he's
it's
getting
good
into
stuff.
it, man. You said now he's the center and then he's playing D tackle as
Yeah,
well?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's good stuff. It's fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's a little bit less intense than it was back in the day.
Yeah, well, a little is probably right because I don't know how much less intense you can get. I just don't know. I have a hard time believing that bullshit.
Well, I'm competitive.
It might be down a bit. It might be,
Yeah,
age and this and their age probably has a
yeah.
little to do with that, but that's
That's got the biggest thing is their age.
yeah,
Because at this age, you want kids to learn to love the game,
sure. Yeah.
love it
Yeah.
and learn it.
Yeah. But you also I know you too, is discipline's important, and it is
Oh,
important. And it's as
hey, if
important
if if
as they're younger as it is when they get you haven't already taught them
Jason,
a lot of that shit,
I
it ain't gonna help.
hey,
Like,
hey, I'm telling you, I have kids that if they don't show up for practice and they're starters, guess what? You ain't starting.
yeah,
They're figuring that crap out pretty quick. Oh shit, I need to be at all the practices.
yeah.
And I had one of my best players on the offensive line missed the practice. Hey, he missed the first half.
That
If you
probably
miss, we have 2 practices a week. And you know what? If you miss one practice, you miss the first half. If you miss 2 practices, you miss both halves.
yeah,
Simple.
yeah.
Nothing hard about it. But
Well, and
you're
there's nothing
teaching
hard
them.
about that. Yeah, I mean, most of the time, unless it's, you're starting quarterback or whatever, if he's hurt, you'll see guys that don't practice all week and play on the weekends, but that's at higher levels, and
Right.
they've been through an awful lot more practices than you have at
Yeah.
10, 10 or 11,
Well, and like you said, it's like you said a second ago, this is the age where you need to teach them that those things are important.
Sure.
And so they're
Following through
learning.
with your commitments is part of it,
Yeah.
committing and following through with all that stuff is all has this is why I've always loved football is that when you look at football, there's a certain level of discipline that's required to play football.
Yep.
And I'm not even just talking about good football. There's another level for that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Just to play takes level of discipline. To play good football takes a different level of discipline.
Yeah.
And to be fucking fantastic, you got to be legitimately, you are
Yeah.
in all the way on everything that you need to do. You're buying into the program. You're buying into what's going on. You're taking ownership of what happens.
Yeah.
There's discipline involved. I mean, it's easy to do what Auburn fans do and blame the fucking officials all week or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ownership of what's going on within your program is all it's about. And if you think about this is a good way to get into this too, is that of course you saw Lincoln Riley freaking lose again this weekend, and he's blaming everything but the fucking fact that they just didn't get it done.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know?
Same
He's
old
blaming
shit.
the time of day that they played to I've heard about people being sick and whatever, if it's fine.
Yeah.
But the best programs are not gonna make an excuse. They're gonna
No.
say, "We didn't fucking get it done, and we need to get it
Hey,
done."
we have lost 2 ball games this season against which right now is ranked number 3 and number 9.
Yeah,
Okay. See you, Ryman. I wish you could stay on and give us a little bit more shit.
yeah, hard ass.
But
It's because his wife told him to relax, not be so mean. It's what he can't handle it.
that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, we've lost 2 ball games this season by a total of 4 points, Jason. You know what? You didn't hear Marcus Freeman making friggin' excuses. Basically he said we got our butts beat. We got to get better.
Mhm.
And don't point that's one thing he talked about. Don't point fingers, at anybody. And hell, I've been the worst bitching about Chris Ash. Uh, but like Freeman said, you know what? He's not the only one here. The players, he puts together a scheme, but the players gotta perform. And the rest of us coaches, we need to be able to help to improve what we're doing. And I think
Sure.
they're getting there. I think they're, but my point is, it's not about pointing fingers and making excuses. And you know what? Getting beat by A&M, we could be here and be crying about the last damn play that they scored a touchdown on where we
Holding bigger
got
than shit.
tackled.
Holding
Yeah,
bigger than shit.
I mean, we could bitch about it, but you know what? Hey, it's part of the game. Let's go. Let's move on. But
Yeah.
Lincoln Riley is a whiny little bitch.
Mhm. It's never his fault. It's never the fault of you're never
No.
gonna put it back on him for sure. He's insulated himself from fault for a long time, and now, you know, at some point you have to look at it, okay, we can blame, um, their former DC for them being shitty on defense, and I
Oh
would
yeah.
tell you that I think that he's not very good. But I also think that what Lincoln Riley does has a lot to do with that shit. The way that he runs his program, he doesn't bother himself with thinking about managing the clock and keeping the clock moving so that he can. And here's the thing: if you want to talk about them being sick and or missing a player or two, whatever the case may be, right? Because I saw USCJ today was making excuses about he refuses to believe. Wasn't making excuses. He was saying he refuses to believe that a team that had been so good on the D line up until last weekend all of a sudden doesn't have push. Well, up until last weekend, you didn't play anybody.
Exactly.
So that could be something to do with it. That being said, I would just say, look, at some point you have to realize that it's on Lincoln Riley. It's his fucking program.
It's all on him.
So whether or not he wants to take, you can put it off on Danton Lynn and whatever the fuck you want, NIL, lack thereof, whatever the hell. I mean, do that all you want to. But it's all your shit. It's all your shit.
Well, and you know, Jason, Lynn, he made them defensively a lot better. A lot better.
Sure.
And you know, you can bitch about him or you can bitch about the defense. But see, that goes back to just what I was talking about. How easy could Marcus have blamed his defense coordinator, Ash? He could have done that very easily. Lincoln has that loser's limp where he's going to blame. Marcus doesn't have that. You know, now Marcus may believe his defense coordinator sucks.
But if Marcus does that, then it doesn't look very good. But it's not that he hasn't blamed Ash that is impressive to me. What was impressive to me was when he wasn't giving shit to the offensive coordinators when they were god awful at that the last few years.
Too. Yeah.
You know, you don't hear him doing that. He doesn't. There's a difference between the Lincoln Rileys of the world and the and the Marcus Freemans, Brent Venables, you know,
yes.
even
those guys,
Kirby Smart and those guys, they're not making fucking excuses.
No.
But
hey, what
you look at Brian Kelly or Lincoln or Matt Rule or
Mr. Excuses.
Excuses. Mike Gundy, excuses.
Hey, Jason, Mike Gundy doesn't have any more excuses.
Yeah. There's been people talking about him getting the Arkansas job. It's just go ahead and stay shitty, I guess, huh?
Oh, they get shittier. I tell you what, I know they wanted Pittman out of there, but if you remember, Pittman came in and took over Chad Morris that stunk it up there.
Yeah.
And that program with Chad Morris went to hell in a handbasket.
Awful.
Oh, friggin' awful. And Pittman came in there and kind of revived it. Obviously, things haven't been good lately. But
they said, I mean, the AD or maybe it was the president, I forget which one it was, but somebody came out yesterday and was saying that they hadn't given him the right support, not just in NIL, but in the ability to pay coaches a good amount as well.
Right.
Which makes no sense when they have Tyson Chicken and Walmart as boosters.
Right. But you know what? Here's my thing with that, Jason, is if you believe that, then you should have brought his ass in instead of firing his ass and say, you know, coach, we hadn't been supporting you. You know what? We're going to up the ante. Now, after we up the ante and you don't get it done, then we're going to fire your ass. But don't say, don't fire his ass.
At this point, it's year 6. Do you not, if you don't believe in where he's headed, and if the fan base isn't believing in where he's headed.
Well, that's where it's all lying. Yeah. You know, when we played them Saturday, the damn stadium was empty at halftime. It was
Coach,
green.
they were
It was
already
green
fucking
shirts.
42-17. I mean, or 42-6 or something, whatever it was.
13.
Yeah, it wasn't
13.
good. It wasn't good. So, and I remember, and I'm watching the game there, and I remember them saying, the sideline reporter was talking to him after she came out of they came out at halftime, and he was like, it was real emotional and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And they looked like they played pretty well to start the second half.
Yeah.
You know, they made a stop right away. They made a stop on a run play, for fuck's sake, and they hadn't done that the entire first half. I mean,
Exactly.
so
And
but even
but
though
they did.
the announcer was like, "Well, it's all well and good to get emotional and shit when you're down like that, but it'd be cool if you had that kind of emotion when you came out to start the
When
game."
you started the game, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I can't argue with that.
No. No, I agree. Well, and to add to that drama, here you got your OC trying to
He
take the
should
job
definitely
before
be
you're even
one of the
fired.
top ones. Yeah. Yeah, and Petrino. There's
That's what
talk
I'm
about
talking
he
about.
might be able to keep the job, which is pretty wild.
Well, I got to tell you something. He had they were up in the top of the nation offensively coming into the game. And you know this, Jason, we're not very good defensively this year.
Yeah.
Now, we played better in the ball game, but my question is, why did we play better? Are they just that friggin' shitty that we played better? So, I
I don't think
mean,
they're as good up front as they need to be on either side of the ball.
no, I would agree. I would agree. But yeah,
But
I got to tell you, they were horrible. They were absolutely atrocious on defense. I'll tell you that.
Oh, they couldn't stop. Well, and he fired the DC immediately. Petrino fired that DC immediately.
Yeah. Well, and I tell you what,
Did you see that that Okie Light fired their defensive coordinator after last weekend too?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah. And he was guaranteed $4 million. He had signed a $4 million deal coming in.
Oh wow.
But everywhere he's been, they've run his ass off.
Well, shit, I'll take that. I'll take that gig. Go somewhere and get my ass fired and take home $4 million and put it in the bank and go on to the next place and
I'm telling
maybe
you,
get $2 million. And
he didn't ever. I mean, they had to fucking fire him to get him out of the Saints last year, and he'd been shit canned from Georgia and Florida.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this guy is living a charmed existence. A charmed
Trojan flight. I didn't know that.
UCLA fired their OC today.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either, but it doesn't really surprise me. They're a shit show. Talk about a shit show, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I mean, the whole thing with Nico.
Yeah.
Watch, he's going to leave too. And not that I necessarily blame him, but yeah, I kind of have to. I mean, at this point, the way that they worked that deal, I think it wasn't very good on their part. Will the Arkansas quarterback hit the portal? How many teams will go after him? Everybody would go after him. I mean,
we won't.
If you need a fucking quarterback, you would go after him. Right?
We're happy with ours.
Jalen Green's a stud, though.
He's definitely a stud. He's definitely a stud. But we're not. I think we're out of the rental business.
Petrino's still there. If Petrino's still there, he ain't going nowhere because he's gotten better under Bobby.
And he's going to get better NIL money too with Petrino there.
Sure.
Because you just said earlier, we didn't support you good enough, Coach. We should have supported you better in these areas. NIL's one of them. So they're going to pay, or not Nico, but
they already paid Nico.
Taylor Green.
Talon, I mean. They already paid Talon.
But they're going to pay him even better.
Yes. To keep him.
If Petrino's the coach.
Just think if Penn State got him? Well, you got to have weapons to go with him. Quarterback, I'm not going to sit here and blame Drew Aller all day long for that situation that goes on at Penn State. Just so you know. You got to have some receivers. You got to have some receivers, man.
Well, I just know that I wasn't super impressed with Aller last year when we played him.
Don't get me wrong, he hasn't been great either.
No,
right?
But I hear what you're saying loud and clear because
it's
yeah.
Listen,
he hadn't won a big game yet.
He got that fucking tight end the ball.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll give him that. So he knows who his guys are. He knows who they are if they're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. But their head coach, he's pitiful.
Piss poor, man. Piss poor. And another excuse maker.
And yeah, exactly. Another one of the excuse makers. And I tell you what, he thinks his shit don't stink. Mm-hmm. He thinks he is top caliber, top notch coach. Yep. And he's proven he's not,
he won
by
9
not
games
being
at
able to win.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Arkansas basketball school. Yeah. Kind of. They've won 1 natty.
Yeah.
They've won 1 natty at it.
Well, Jason,
Oklahoma's won a natty at that shit too. So what's I mean, you know what I mean? What are we talking about?
So Jason, tell me.
I guess we haven't. We've been to the Final Four a few times. I haven't won it
though. What's the story? What's the story on Mateer right now? I've been completely out of pocket.
He had a successful surgery, and it could be anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks to 8 weeks to 10 weeks. I don't know.
Just depends on recovery.
You got a lot of people acting like he's going to be back for Red River. I haven't seen that anywhere. I haven't seen that anywhere that makes me believe such a thing. Nor do I think that you should bring him back if he's not fully healed and ready. A thumb injury on your throwing hand is not good.
Well, you can't grip the damn ball, man.
Right. I realize he went through the rest of the game and handled it well and played well.
That's different.
Adrenaline's another thing. And yeah, going through it and getting it fixed. I mean, I think that you can mess with his healing for the rest of the year by playing him early. I don't see the point. Now, if for whatever reason Michael Hawkins comes out and looks awful, which I'm going to tell you is not going to happen, I think that you could see them maybe pressing him back into action. The truth of it is they believe in who and what Michael Hawkins can do on that football team. If they didn't, he wouldn't still be there.
Right.
He would not still be there. And the bottom line is they are absolutely ready. And everything you've heard from not only Coach Venables, but Arbuckle and even from what we've heard out of Mateer himself, he believes 100% in the kid. I've been believing in this kid since he was at fucking Frisco Emerson. You're not getting any different answer from me.
Right.
Michael Hawkins is the truth. There's a reason why they kept him around and want him to be the next quarterback in line at Oklahoma, which to be the quarterback at all at Oklahoma means that they fucking think a lot of you because the expectation for quarterback at Oklahoma is way up here.
Yeah.
It's way up here. It is what it is.
So how you feeling about the game this week?
Well, they're playing Kent State this week.
Is it this week? Okay, next week. Next
week is Red River. I feel good. Listen, good. I'm watching, and I've watched every down of both teams. You know,
right?
I don't see Texas as very good. I put out my SEC power rankings yesterday. I could pop them up on the screen here.
Yeah.
Let me pop them up on the screen before I start defending them. I've been having to defend them quite a bit. But I don't give a fuck.
Who cares? Yeah. Who cares?
I don't care at all. So
Did you see? Did you get my top 20? What was it? Top 25 poll?
I did not.
You
We'll put
did
those
not?
up in a little bit. It says, according to what I was looking at it before because I was about to bust your balls about it. Waiting for 11 responses, one of them being from Paul Philip Roy Ball.
I went in and did it because I was thinking people are going to say, "Oh, you're fucking crazy." And I'll be honest with you, Jason, and people would have gone, "Oh shit." I didn't even have Notre Dame in the top 25.
You did?
No,
Hmm.
I didn't.
No, it's not showing. You're not showing up in the responses either.
Well, son of a bitch.
But I got 20 responses, which is pretty
Yeah,
good. But we got to get people to do it better. We got to get more
yeah.
people to do it. But
Speaking of that, how many likes we got right now?
let me see. So far, pretty good. 47. We got 74 people in here. It's not bad.
Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good.
Not bad. Yep. So here's the week 6 power rankings that I put up there. I have Oklahoma at number 1. I think a lot of people are don't believe that. Those are the people that don't believe in Michael Hawkins. I think that Michael Hawkins could do everything that John Mateer can do. So I still have them there. Their defense, the only difference is that just knowledge of the
Experience.
right experience.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he's got some
But that's
experience.
huge.
Yeah, it is big. But I think that he's going to be fine. I really do. I think that the weapons, just the simple having weapons that they didn't have last year at the disposal of either quarterback changes a lot, right?
Right. Right.
He's able to do some things that a lot of people can't do. But yeah, listen, you definitely have to prove it out on the field. The one thing I have
Sure.
zero concern about, or I'll argue with anybody all fucking day. This is the best defense in America.
Thumbs
Certainly
up
in
for
the
me.
SEC. They're the legit. The way that they hadn't even started fucking forcing turnovers yet, but they're number 1 in total defense, or they're number 2 in the SEC in total defense. Scoring defense, I want to say they're number 1, but they're number 1 in a lot of defensive categories, throughout. So in the end, their stop rate is number 1. Their, the success rate in those things on third down, fourth down, a lot of areas they're winning it, right? But I think, yeah, and Ole Miss being number 2, to me, that's kind of a toss-up, and it's more to me, it's more of a right now that they're still undefeated. They were able to kind of hold off on Kentucky, who Kentucky seems to have their number for whatever reason, but they held them. And then to win that game last week against LSU, okay, cool. I really think that Alabama is probably better than anybody else. As far as the rest of them, right?
I think A&M can beat their ass.
Now, the only thing that I don't like about Texas A&M, and it's the same thing I don't like about Ole Miss, I think that their defense is dog water. And I don't know why, but I don't believe much in their defense. You know what I mean?
And you could be right there.
They're not as good defensively.
I don't know why we decided not to run the ball against them.
Me too, because they hadn't stopped it yet.
We'd have won that ball game.
I agree. And I think that, you had success throwing too. Because I don't think that their secondary is very good.
No.
But I think that it's the type of, look, I don't know what's going to end up happening with A&M. Me believing what I believe about A&M and what we've seen out of A&M in the past is that they'll stumble and probably end up 8-4. This is who they are, right? This is who they are. But I think they could end up being better than that if they can get better throughout the year defensively. And I would tell you that I think that Elko is capable of kind of manufacturing a defense that can work by the end of the year. He's going to patch it together to the point that they'll be serviceable in crunch time, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in Mike Elko.
I do.
I think honestly, I think he's the only guy at A&M that could possibly get it done.
Yeah, listen, and I mean, like I said, I think it's hard for anybody to be consistently better there, and he even had to, because they didn't look great against Auburn themselves.
No,
Auburn
no.
had chances to win, and but the difference is that they didn't fold up shop whenever it came down to that time, and this is what those are the things that coaches have to work out of programs that are not used to winning when things go the other way. When
Right.
when you deal with adversity. That was one of the things that you were always really good at was you took over programs that needed to flip the mindset and you were able to help flip that mindset. You know? And that's tough place to do. That's tough things to do at some of these places. Hobbs in particular would be one of those places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Probably the toughest in the state to change the mindset.
yeah, they're a basketball program. I mean, it's what they. I mean, you put them out on the basketball court, and they're not afraid of being down 6 with a minute left. Not afraid.
Right. Right.
You know, um, they'll go out there and make a run at it and win a lot of those games. But when it came to football, they had been broken mentally often from those type of games.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
it was a
Hey, so
different.
Jason, so let's talk about this for a second. Georgia Alabama game.
Loved it.
So I don't think Georgia's still that good. I mean,
I
and
don't either.
and so is Alabama really as good as
Well,
perceived? Because
it's a good
that
question.
that was a ball game.
The other part is that when you look at Georgia is like that they have an Alabama problem. I think they have getting over that mental hump of not beating them ever. I mean, they're 1 and
Boy,
9 against
what
them
one
since 2009, right? 1 and 9, you know? Um, and here's the other thing. What the fuck was he doing not kicking the field goal down there in the 4th quarter to tie it?
out coaching himself, man.
Yeah, that's just doesn't make sense, right?
No,
You gotta take
no.
the points there and see what happens. At least make them go down and score again to beat you. Make them score again to beat you.
Yeah, I
You have
agree.
to do it. You have to do it.
Yeah,
So, especially at home, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, right?
no, I'm
So,
with you.
hey,
But my whole thoughts were if Georgia's not very good and Alabama barely beat them, how good is really Alabama?
well,
I don't know.
yeah, I think
We have
listen,
a
I
gauge.
think it's fair to question Alabama right now because of the way they played in week 1 against Florida State.
Yeah,
I think it's fair because what you saw in that game was a lack of effort, a lack of physicality. I
yeah,
mean, there's some glaring things that you're like, wait, that's not what they're supposed to look like at Alabama, right? Now, I would tell you that they looked a lot better against Georgia last week, and I was waiting to see them do that against a team with a pulse.
right.
Now, is Georgia as good as they normally are? No, I don't think there's even a doubt about that. Are they still pretty good? Probably. Probably. Are they good enough to win the SEC? I don't know. I don't know. The reason that I don't have them at as one of my top 4 teams in the power rankings is because I don't think they are one of the top 4 teams in the SEC. I don't,
Right. I agree. I agree.
you know? I don't know. I mean, I think that LSU is probably better um, than they looked. But listen, I got to see them play offense at some point this year, right? I don't think that Ole Miss
Hey,
is very good on defense, but I know they're damn good on offense, and I really like that quarterback. Chambliss is a
yeah,
bad dude, bro.
I agree. I agree. Well, I couldn't be happier that LSU got their ass beat.
Oh, it was fun. It's fun. It's fun, especially after all the stuff from Joey Freshwater, Lane Kiffin, and his daughter dating the player from LSU or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Hey,
fun.
the only thing on your power rankings, I would just move Arkansas to 16.
Yeah, maybe.
They're awful. They're god awful.
Yeah, they might be better. They might be worse than Florida.
Oh, we were running
I don't
through
know
them
that they're
like
worse
shit
than
through a
Kentucky.
goose.
I don't know if they're worse than Kentucky.
They may be. I'm telling you. They couldn't. I mean, they couldn't even stop our second team.
Yeah.
Hell, we scored with our second team.
Yeah.
It was they're bad.
And you know, this week is so next week I guess is Missouri. Alabama's got some test games. So you've got Missouri in 2 weeks. They've got Vanderbilt this weekend, and Vanderbilt being a revenge game for Bama. And it is.
I like Vandy. I like
Vandy too. They play good defense. Their offense, I mean, Diego Pavia has been unbelievable.
He's been incredible. Yeah.
Unbelievable. So I love it. I think, it's a big game this weekend. I think this is where you find out whether or not the question you asked me is Alabama that good? Well, we're going to find out
because we're going to find out.
They're playing Vandy this week, and I believe that I think they're legitimately good. I don't know how good they are. I don't know how good they are. I think they're damn good. I don't know if they're conference championship contender good, playoff good, or if they're just pretty good for the SEC.
Right.
I think they're one of the top. They're definitely in the top half of the SEC. And at the moment, I think they're in the top 5. But this will tell me a lot more about them this week, and it's going to tell me more about Bama too.
Both teams. Yeah, both teams. Yeah. I think Vandy beats them.
Yeah, it's in Tuscaloosa, but and the fact that they beat them last year makes me wonder whether they can. Now, if they do, then I think that Vandy is the real deal because you're not sneaking up on them this year, right? There's no sneaking up on them. They're undefeated. No. They've already beaten the brakes off of Carolina in their house, South Carolina in their house.
Yep.
And so to go on the road and now beat Alabama too on the road, then you got to say, okay, Vanderbilt is fucking all the way for real.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm with them. That
being said, if Alabama wins this game, I think that we were probably premature in like killing them for the season too. You know?
I've been down on Bama, and I'm still there.
I know you have, but if they win this week and then they play Missouri on the road next week, and if they can win those 2 games, you have to give them their credit, because that will be 3 straight games beating Georgia, Vanderbilt, and Mizzou, and all of them will have been undefeated as long as Mizzou wins this week.
Right.
Or is Mizzou? Aren't you guys are you on your week off this week heading into that game? The SEC was never this strong top to bottom before we joined. Oh, probably not. But I don't think it has as much to do with the fact that Oklahoma and Texas joined as it does that the NIL and stuff has evened things out a lot. I think it has. I think it's evened things out a lot. You're not able to stack. But I'm not.
Well, that's
Portnoy was saying yesterday, and I'm no fan of Brandon Walker, but I'm not buying what Portnoy said about the Big Ten being better than the SEC. I think that's hogwash.
Well, and I like what it kind of fits what you were just saying and the strength of the SEC. But Sid Irish says, how many times can Bama get up, though?
That's it.
I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. What we've seen from Bama is that the way I look at that first game is one of 2 things happen. Either you are soft, and we've heard that they are, by the way, or you disrespected Florida State and thought that they were full of shit as far as whether or not you thought about the fact that they'd went 10-2 a year ago and didn't either. And by the way, if that's what happened, that's not a good sign either.
No.
if you can't handle your business and not play with your food.
Yep.
And it gets you beat at that. But I will say that right now, it looks like that team is on the same page to me. It looks like that they're working hard, and I mean now that's easy to do when you're playing Georgia. But let's see. And I think it's going to be easy to do this week because they're playing Vanderbilt, who beat them last year and kept them out of the playoff.
Right.
So, I think that they're a better football team than they played them than they lost to a year ago too. Now, I also think that Alabama's a better football team than they were a year ago. And I think that playing at home, I got to probably pick Alabama in this. Although I wouldn't give 10.5. Is that real? I hadn't looked at my bookie. You should.
I will take the 10.5 if it's there.
I'd fucking take 10.5 all day for Vandy, no doubt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, I thought y'all did. I thought that's right. But that being said, yeah, look, it is what it is. Yeah. Fine. I just said that. Thanks. Thanks for backing me up there, Spangler. Yes. They're not as strong as the top because and you don't have a dominant program in the SEC. I would tell you that out of the top 10, I think out of my top 11 even, I'd say 9. I would give 8 or 9 of them. I could see them winning it. Now where I have them ranked right now doesn't necessarily in order of whether I think they can win the conference championship, because I don't think Mississippi State can. I like Mississippi State better than I thought I would, but I still don't think that they can win this. I don't believe that Missouri can, and I don't really think that Tennessee can either.
How about them Longhorns down there at 11, Jason?
Yeah, I don't think they're that fucking good. I just don't think they're that fucking good.
Well, where's their Heisman guy at?
He looks pretty good against Sam Houston, coach. You know what I mean?
Amen, brother.
He looked pretty good against them.
Amen.
Listen, I'll give him more credit if they beat Florida, and if he looks good against the Florida defense in the swamp, I'll give him more credit than I have them at now. But right now, I have no reason to believe that they're that fucking good.
No, I don't either. Hey, well, you know what? I'm pleasantly surprised with our guy, CJ Carr. He's standing back there and cool, calm, and collected, throwing the ball well, and just making plays. Hell, he had, he had almost 300 yards.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought he looked good. I thought he looked really good against A&M though in the loss. I thought he looked good in the second half of the Miami game. In that loss. I don't really think about, week 3 as much for him. But I thought that he looked really fucking good this last week. I think that as much as everybody wants to talk about Jaden Mayava at USC, I think that he's better.
Yeah. I think you could be right. Well, he's just cool, calm, and collected. He's leading the offense. I mean, you can tell
he throws to positions. He throws to spaces instead of players that are wide open or not.
Yeah.
He's not. He throws guys open. I think I like him. I like him, man.
I've been pleased. I know that was a big question mark when there was the battle going on with him and Minchie, but there's no doubt they made the right decision.
Right. Yeah, man. I think that he, and I think Minchie in certain, I would use him in certain areas if I was Notre Dame.
And I'm not sure they won't. Yeah, I'm not sure they won't.
Because I think that as far as his, what you don't get from Carr is that mobility that you had last year with, with Riley Leonard. But
and Minchie gives you some of that.
Gives you that for sure. Yeah.
Probably not the power.
No, not the power.
It's more of a speed.
He's faster, probably a little more explosive and athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Ohtani just hit a 450-foot dinger. Yeah, and he's one of the best pitchers in baseball too. That's ridiculous to me. So long since you've seen anything like that. Yeah. And he scored 55 against Utah State. They also gave up 35. Yeah, but that could have as much to do with the tempo of the game as anything else too. When you get going like that, you can leave your defense kind of hung out to dry a little bit. You know what I mean? They're going to be on the field a little more. Because if you're scoring 55, you're not going on a lot of 10-play drives, folks. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So, and look, I think that Alabama, I don't know. I think if I'm picking a winner, I'm probably picking Alabama. The 10.5, but I got to go with Vandy on 10.5 points. There's no two ways around it.
Hey, I'd take Vandy at 7.
I think I probably would too.
But I'm going to take Vandy straight up.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not ready to write off Bama yet.
I know that.
But I mean, it's easy to, I don't know. I'm just not ready to do it. I think that Ty Simpson has been very good. That's one of the things that I didn't say during all that, what we were just talking about. Ty's been very good. They've yet to turn the ball over all season. That's huge. They've got really good receivers. I think that if Ryan Williams would catch more balls, they'd be better off. But
damn, Jeff, 12.5 points. You got 12.5. Shit.
That's what you have on. Where did you get it at? Did you get that on my bookie?
That was early this weekend, I think.
Check. Let me see.
I think like Saturday or Sunday, probably.
Yeah. Well, while I'm looking at
Jeff,
that,
when did you get that?
You bet
spread?
Let's check it out. While I'm checking that out, you guys check out the deal that you can get if you go with my bookie. Hey, Jason Watkins here with Hall of Fame College Football. And if you are ready to back your favorite team, the Sooners, and fade that Texas hype train every Saturday this fall, there's only one place to do it, my bookie. Right now, you can double your first deposit up to $1,000 when you sign up at hofmedia.us/mybookie1000. That's hofmedia.us/mybookie1000. Yep, 100% deposit bonus, and it takes less than 5 minutes to get started. Whether you're betting college football, rolling the dice in the online casino, or dropping a 10-leg parlay on SEC Chaos, MyBookie has everything you need. Bet anytime, anywhere, on the go, at the tailgate, or yelling at the refs from your couch. Just don't talk trash. Put your money where your mouth is. Hit that link, hofmedia.us/mybookie1000, and get your deposit bonus today. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie and Hall of Fame College Football. Okay. I'm trying to still get in there. That's why I was a little late back. All right.
Got any more likes?
Let's see what we look like on likes. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We've got 54 likes right now.
Good job, guys.
We've had 500 people in here, so it's about 10%.
10%. Yep.
Let me see. I'm having to redo my damn password again. Damn it. I don't know why I always have to do this, but it kind of don't want anybody to get in there, I guess.
No, sir.
Not yet. I don't know. I'll check a look here in a little bit. Anyway. take a look here in a few minutes. All right, what else are we going to talk about? Let's see. Do you think? Well, let's finish off what we were saying about Lincoln Riley. They've got a. Who do they have this week? I was just looking at that earlier. Shit. Michigan this week, I believe.
Oh, Michigan ought to beat their ass.
I kind of think so too. It may be next week. Yeah. They are the 11th. So yeah, they're off this week also. They got Michigan at home on the 11th, followed by you guys on the road on the 18th.
They might get beat off.
Yeah, I think they're in trouble.
Well, and you know what? And I got to say this, and this is rare for me to say, but from my perspective, I was hoping they'd have been winning.
Well,
because that would have helped us.
Yeah, I think that Michigan could beat them. I could see that there's a path to USC winning that game, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
but last weekend didn't help.
If they are better on the D line than what they were this past weekend, if we give them the benefit of the doubt of having guys out and having some dudes sick with food poisoning, that's what a lot of it is said. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, take the under on the OU game. It wouldn't surprise. I don't think they'll necessarily either. I think they want to see what they want to get Michael Hawkins ramped up in case he is going to have to play against Texas.
Yeah.
But I think you can do that in a half and play Whit Neubauer and do some other stuff as well. So it wouldn't surprise me. I also think that I don't see Oklahoma being a 70-point team very often. I just don't see them being that team, even against as bad as they are. And Kent State is very bad. They could score 70, and it won't have anything to do. I mean, Oklahoma could get on the turnover machine this week, and very well should probably, because Kent State's bad. They could turn some points, that way. That happens, I could see them scoring in the high 50s, 60s, whatever. If they don't, I think that they probably score somewhere 42 to 49 points. I do.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think that I think that the way that they're doing things and trying to get the running game going and doing some stuff like that, and I think they're going to be super base this weekend as well, because they're not going to show anything that they're going to
exactly
that they want to show to Texas necessarily, because having Michael Hawkins come in, it's good to get him ramped up, but I don't think you want to show anything that you want to do with him that would be different from what you've done with Mateer. And I think there's going to be different things in what they do with Mateer if he plays against Texas. I just do believe that.
True.
So, hell, I want Lincoln Riley to be there forever. Yeah, listen, I think that I don't really think that they fire him this year. Maybe they could. I think that's an awful lot of money for them to pay out.
Jason, we've been seeing that, though. I mean, we say that a lot, but at the end of the day, we've been seeing people don't give a shit. I mean,
$70 million is a lot of money, Coach.
Hey, it's been done before, right?
Yeah, it was. That's what they paid. They paid Jimbo that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But maybe they do. Maybe they do. I think it's gonna. I think if they win 8 games, they don't fire him, though. I think if they win 6 games, they could. But I don't know that they do. I don't know. To me, 6 wins is pretty egregious when you've played that schedule that you played.
Yeah, exactly.
But so with the new, the question I was going to have for you on that is: have you heard anything else about them renewing the series? Because this is the last year of Notre
Right.
Dame USC unless they renew.
The only thing that they threw out there was playing them in Mexico, I think, which
What the
is
fuck?
is not advantageous for Notre Dame in any way.
It's not
Uh,
advantageous for
and,
SC either.
and exactly, but that's their way to say we tried, but they didn't want to go play us there. It's their excuse to get out of it. And who gives a shit if they want to get out? Hell, we'll be fine. But it's disappointing.
It's weak. It's weak. And it gives you just more and more of that. It tells you exactly what we've been saying about him making excuses instead of handling his business.
Yeah.
And getting better. If you man, championship coaches want to compete with championship teams.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of it.
Well, that's why he left the SEC,
now,
Jason.
the reason that I asked you though is because of they added this strength of schedule stuff. They added another piece to the algorithm that has more strength of schedule involved in it, and they supposedly strengthened the strength of schedule that they already had as what you're supposed to go by to pick these teams to go in. So there's no
Actually, you
reason
can
anymore
kind of
for the Big Ten, huh?
right. Well, I was going to say with what they've done with it, that they've actually built in a little bit of a good loss. I mean, although no loss is good, with strength of schedule, they've built a little bit of a good loss is okay.
Correct. They've made it to where it hurts you less to lose to a good Power 4 team.
Yeah.
It hurts you less than beating a shitty team helps you.
Right.
So in that respect of it, that's where I said before that I think that the Big Ten made a mistake in pushing so hard for the SEC to have that 9th game. Because when they made the strength of schedule more important to the selection, now all of a sudden you don't have your little quote unquote feather in your cap, which I never thought you did in the Big Ten, but you just made it to where everything that these Big Ten coaches like Signetti and Rule and Lincoln are doing to cupcake the shit out of their schedules is gonna now hurt them. So
No,
supposedly,
I agree. I agree. Mr. Dilligaff, I know there's a lot of Catholics in Mexico, but here's the thing. NBC doesn't get too excited about.
It's not the Catholic part that bothers them.
No, we got a lot of Catholics on this side of the river too.
Yeah, you did.
So yeah, it's not that. It's the thing is that
there's Catholics all over the world, but that's
our contract with NBC is they're not going to go for that crap.
Well, I don't know why the schools are going for it at this point either. I don't like this idea of I don't like the playing in Ireland shit either. I think it's bad for the team. It's not fair to the fans that are buying season tickets either that you lose a home game.
Yeah,
I agree. You lose a home game. And so to do that and do that to your fans isn't fair. And
the travel.
In order for them to go to that game, and it's a game that if they have it on their season ticket package, it is what it is, but you're not adding travel to it or whatever,
Right.
And to go, I mean, you went to Ireland a few years ago. That shit's expensive, man.
Oh shit, yeah, it's expensive. I made Christy pay for it.
Surprised her with a bill, huh? Because I remember you didn't tell her about it till like the week before, and you're like, "Hey,
yeah, I surprised her as with
shit too."
Exactly. You're paying for it as well. So
Okay.
But no, it's the. I agree with you there that Notre Dame can run the table. I think it's going to look a lot like it did last year.
Do they have
And
a stadium capable of holding a crowd? They do. Estadio Azteca is plenty big enough.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
soccer stadium that holds like 110,000 people. They could handle it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it matters, to be quite honest with you. I wouldn't do it. See, there you go. To play in London
There
next
it
year.
is. Yep.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I think it's
I
silly.
agree. I agree.
So
No doubt.
again, these trips like that, it probably wouldn't be the same if you going to Mexico probably wouldn't hurt you like that as far as jet lag and
Not
shit.
the travel. Yeah, yeah. It's just
But
yeah.
it's still it's taking away a home game, and it would be for your fans, it's not really fair. Now, when it comes to Notre Dame and USC fans, I would venture to say that people that want to go to those games, a lot of those fans could handle it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We're not talking about the poorest of the poor here. If they're alums and big time Notre Dame fans, they generally have some money. But that being said, that doesn't mean that they all do, and that it's fair as far as being, it would piss me off if I'm a season ticket holder. I can tell you that. It would piss me off as a season ticket holder. I would not want to go down there to go overseas or to go down there and lose a fucking home game that I pay for in my fucking package. Right? I just wouldn't.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Don't say this stuff. I don't like it, Ginja. I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want it.
I tell you what would be good, Ninja, is a home and home.
That's much better. See, that's much better.
That'd be great, man. That'd be great for both programs.
I'm cool with that one. Much rather
Two
see
historic, two blue bloods. I mean, oh golly,
Love it.
that would be. And you know what? We need to start looking for those kinds. If we're going to get rid of those rivalries that have been here for over 100 years, hell, let's start our own rivalries. Hell, let's schedule OU. Let's OU schedule Notre Dame.
Mhm.
Shit. Let's play. Let's get some good games in there.
Right.
Because like you said, all the Lincoln Rileys of the world and all those guys they just want a simple schedule, easy schedule, not simple, but easy. So hell, let's go play. And I'm glad that the committee decided to put in strength of schedule a little bit, more than what they have.
Mhm.
Because now you want to schedule some of those games.
Yeah. No doubt.
So
No doubt. I think you have to do it. And so because of that, and like you said, doing that strength of schedule, what other reason did you do it for?
exactly.
What other reason do you have to do it?
Yep.
So that's where I'm at on it. I feel like I want to see that happen more.
Yep. I'm with you on that all the way.
Let's see. But you asked about the top 25, the Hall of Fame top 25.
Yeah.
Let's give it to him here.
Penn State Sports Talk. Y'all are 3-1. Yeah, y'all are 3-1. You beat Nevada. Ooh, that's a powerhouse.
Trash.
You beat FIU. Ooh, another powerhouse. You beat Villanova. Whoo. I mean, come on, man. Jesus. Son of a bitch.
They ain't worth a shit, dude. They are not worth a shit.
And call your team trash. Because that's what they are. Trash.
Trash. I tell you. So here's our top 25 as voted on by the voters at Hall of Fame College Football. Ohio State, followed by Oregon, Miami, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, the Hoosiers, Alabama, Penn State, Texas Tech made the top 10 here. There, old Lubbock.
Only
Only
how many
because
times
Coach
you
didn't get
how
his
many
vote
times
in.
do you vote, Big Lubbock?
Only because you can only vote once. So only because Coach's vote didn't make it in did you do it. But Georgia, Texas, Iowa State, LSU, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's probably a little low. Tennessee, Mizzou, Georgia Tech, Florida State, Michigan, BYU, Illinois, Notre Dame, Arizona State, followed by the Virginia Cavaliers, Auburn, Baylor, Mississippi State, and Kansas all received votes as well, along with Tulane, TCU, Memphis, Utah, and Army.
Well, and guys, like Jason said, mine didn't go in. I did one, but I don't know what happened. But I will tell you this, guys, I did not, and I already told Jason this, I did not put Notre Dame in the top 25. So that's just, I want to make sure y'all understand that I'm just not a homer.
Yeah, listen, I don't blame you necessarily. I have them in the, I think I had them at 20th or something like that.
Sure.
But because I think they're one of the best teams in the country. I think that having them at 20, I don't think they're as bad as number 20, but I need to see them be better.
Yeah. No, they and that's
they are as good as I think they are. Because I think
that's Jason, you're 100%, and that's my thoughts. I'm not going to rank you if you got to prove it to me.
Right.
Prove it up. Proof's in the pudding.
Mm-hmm. How come everyone is anointing Memphis in Group of 5 over South Florida? I'm not. I have South Florida ranked in the top 25, and Memphis is not in mine. They're not in mine. But to be fair, I think that Memphis is really good, by the way. I think they're really good. For a G5 school, I think they're really good. Now, they're not as good as South Florida is. But here's the good news about that one. We'll find out who's better because they play each other along the way in the American Conference.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to worry about that too much. Which is the same thing that I'm trying to get people to understand about my, look, how everybody feels about the top 25. That's a group of people. We had 25 voters this week. So that's a group of people's combined ranking, which, hell, I like our 25 better than I liked the top 25 from the AP, and I certainly better than the one for the coaches.
Yeah.
I think the coaches poll is shitty. I don't believe it. I don't trust it. And I know, first off, it would be one thing if the coaches actually voted, but they don't.
The head coaches. Head coaches.
And they don't vote. And you know what? Even if they did, I don't know that I would trust it anyways because they don't fucking watch football.
Right. They only watch the teams they're playing.
Damn Skippy.
You're not watching. They don't have time to go home on Saturday and sit down and watch games.
Correct.
And I tell you who's voting is GAs.
Yeah. Or, fuck, it could be the damn mascots for all you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. They don't vote though. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get there. Yeah, brother, I gotta tell you, I don't give a fuck what you think, Penn State. I don't care. Maryland, if you're talking about Maryland being ranked, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you.
Hey, isn't that dude that was coaching that got fired at UNM? Loxley?
Yeah.
How the hell do you do this shit?
He was the OC at Bama after that when they won one of their natties.
But damn it, go back and look, man. As a head coach, not as an OC, go back and look at his resume as a head coach.
Yeah, but do you really want to throw all that on him? Because UNM's not good no matter. I mean, this new coach, Coach Eck, is pretty good. And Bronco's pretty good, but Bronco had a history of being pretty good, right? Bronco Mendenhall.
Yeah.
He was pretty good.
Well, and so was what's the guy that went to
Rocky.
San Diego?
Rocky.
Huh?
Rocky
Yeah,
Long.
Rocky. Rocky did a hell of a job.
Yeah, they were idiots. I mean, they fired him from the
Yeah.
job and he did better at San Diego. He was even
Yeah.
better there, where he had better
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
But the problem with teams like UNM is that you would fire a guy like Rocky Long when he's won more football games than anybody else in your program, and
Yep.
you start thinking that you're good enough to fire a fucking coach like that.
Yeah. Well, hey, another basketball school.
In theory. In
Well,
theory.
but they believe it. They believe that.
Yeah,
They believe.
I know. They believe it in Lubbock too. But, they have their moments and shit.
Hey, Jace, I'm gonna have to get off of here. This cough is about to wear me out.
Wearing you out? Well, we've been going about
Yeah.
as long as we were gonna go anyway.
Okay.
Appreciate you coming in, Coach. I'm gonna
No,
close.
appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Give us a expectation for Notre Dame. You got are y'all off this weekend?
we got Boise. We got Boise.
Boise. Gonna run
Yeah.
away with that one?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have more style points. They don't have what was the running back?
Yeah, he's not there anymore.
Yeah, he's gone, and and
They've been good every week.
and let me tell you,
South Florida loss. I'll give them that.
no, they have a good football team. Don't let me say they're not good. I mean, they have a good football team, and you go back and you look at them in the 2000s, guys. That they've won a lot of damn ball games, in the 2000s. So yeah, I mean, but I still, we're averaging 44 points a game. I don't think that changes much.
Yeah.
Damn Jeremiah Love and Price they're going nuts on the ground.
Yes, they are. Jeremiah Love has been even better than I expected.
Hey, you notice, last year he's jumping over everybody, hurdling everybody, and he's still doing it, this year. But have you noticed his new spin move? Now he's giving him a little spin move, and that's killing people.
He's legit, man.
Yeah.
He's legit.
Yeah, I'm with you. So, but anyway, I think we win. I don't think they can stay within 3 touchdowns of us.
Yeah.
And if we play defense, we'll really beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Hey man, I'm ready.
How about y'all gonna win by 70?
Nah, probably like 50.
Yeah,
that's between 42 and 49 is mine.
Yeah,
I think probably do that, but I don't think unless you have a bunch. Which here's the thing, they could have a bunch of turnovers and scoop and score their way to 60 or 70. But my expectation is no. I think that
y'all will pull kids early.
No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt. I think you kind of probably need to. I think that Fasusi, I think they want to see if he's ready. I think they want to see him a little bit, but I wouldn't mess with it for very long and get him hurt.
Right.
So I think this is another week to get well.
Get well. Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter. I think you could play all third stringers from the very first snap and run away with this football game.
Yeah.
It just would.
I'm with you. Big Lubbock, nobody gives a fuck about Texas Tech basketball.
Yeah.
I'll leave it here with that. Hey, love you guys.
Love you, Coach.
Big 12 sucks. Later.
Oh, Coach. Always doing it. All right, guys. I'm gonna get out of here too. I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm not gonna go so far as say the Big 12 sucks, but I will say Texas Tech, I don't believe in you just yet. We'll see. I'll leave you with the top 25 again. before we get out of here. Let me crop that out a little bit at least. Here we go. All right. Appreciate everybody coming in. Make sure you hit the like button. See you in the morning on Rise and Shine College Football. Have a good one.